Do you think your dad cares about your school?
Yeah, he cares about my grades and that.
Do you see any demographics that specifically fall into this category a lot?
Yes, I do. I see that it is something that occurs across the broad spectrum of all demographics. But I do tend to see more of our families supporting our Black and our brown learners. Tend to have other things that are drawing them away from being able to be present. While their heart and their head are there, and supporting their students. Their priorities of life are drawing at them to make sure that they can provide for their students and for their families. So they are working, they are caring for parents, family members.
Do you think I care?
I believe their problems exist because of deficient parental guidance.
How often does your dad work?
A lot of times.
When you have conferences and awards, does your dad get to go?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda. Do you think your dad cares about your school a lot?
Yes.
Do you feel like your parent, outside of these experiences, cares for your education?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be fair for somebody to say your dad doesn't care because he's not at these extracurricular activities, events outside your home?
No.
Has your school ever taken the initiative to try and make sure that these were the best times for your parent?
No.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you value your children's education?
10.
How often do you get to participate or attend events at your children's schools, such as parent-teacher conferences or award shows?
Rarely, I would say.
Since you can't go to your children's school meetings or award shows, does that mean that you care any less about your children's education?
No, I don't think I care any less.
Okay. And then have the schools ever asked you what time is best for you for school meetings or award shows?
No.
Sometimes they can be single parents or just navigating caring for someone else, and life circumstances are drawing at them, and so they just can't be there in that moment. But when we create opportunities for them to be there, when we seek to understand their why they're not there, then we can kind of design systems that will create opportunities for them to be present.
What are you implementing with your teachers so that they don't fall into this mindset that the kids, parents who can't be there, it's because they don't care?
Got you. So the first thing, I think it's very important to have candid conversations. So when instances, if you give people long enough time and comfort, they will speak what is on their heart and in their mind. And so just having those candid conversations around when they do state something that is of that narrative where, maybe parents aren't accessible, don't care, they would be here or they're never here, we speak to it. I've built enough of a relationship with my team to be able to have those conversations. So I'll have those conversations privately if it warrants. Sometimes I'll just kind of listen to the information and capture that, and then come to really explore the why or the root of their thinking, because it stems from somewhere. And so I need to know the root of the thinking. Does it come from a previous experience? Does it come from childhood exposure and conversation that they've kind of grown and nurtured over the years? Does it come from maybe even their own experience of someone in their family? So understanding their why so that we can combat that with new thinking that will replace that conversation.